speed this up?
I ain't even breaking a sweat.
It's good to see you again. I guarantee all of it, 100%.
Leave our land! All right, you busted up. Searching for Beast, are you? You'll never get to him in time. Working for Apocalypse, he has promised me my own domain to rule in his new world order. But I would have done it for free, had I known I would get the chance to crush worms like you. To decipher the symbols on these walls, it took quite a bit of persuasion. But in the end, he did as he was commanded. The previous scientist for Apocalypse was slow in providing the translations. His employment was terminated in a most unpleasant way. His task is completed, so Beast is no longer of use. He is to meet the same fate as the translator before him. And speaking of terminations, your time has come, my friends.
They have made it much further than expected.
Indeed. I would have thought Omega Red would have finished them off.
Perhaps he got careless. Omega Red was always a bit overconfident.
Bodyguards for Mikhail. He would love to kill you personally, but he has other demands on his time.
Such as putting your friend Beast to death. Which means we get the pleasure of killing you.
The enemy is at my position.
Enjoy. You almost disrupted a very important mission. Luckily I succeeded, and now you are too late. Apocalypse's plans are in motion. I sincerely doubt that. Dr. McCoy, he has ceased to be of use to me. Even if I were inclined to do as you say, it is too late. He is already dead. This angers you. That is good, because you will need that anger if you ever hope to defeat me. It would seem there isn't enough of me to go around. The more you fight, the more of me there is to fight. Fun, but let us switch to something a little more entertaining. That may be the correct location, but are you smart enough to use it? Your hardest. Control panel is in the wrong position for you to use it. That control panel is in the wrong position for you to use it. Beat it. We have engaged the target. That control panel will do you no good in that location.
Once again, I am victorious.
That control panel is in the wrong position for you to use it. You think you have it figured out?
Busted up.
That control panel is in the wrong position for you to use it. But you have lowered 3 of my shields. How can this be? Now do you see how powerful I am?
My target's down.
That control panel is in the wrong position for you to use it. You think you have it figured out, don't you? Let me make things more interesting. Let me make things more interesting. Let me make things more interesting. Here, let me make things more interesting.
You're too late. You see the chamber Beast is in? It is filled with a poisonous gas. And he has been in there for over 5 minutes. He is as good as dead.
Yes, reports of my death have been greatly exaggerated.
Ooh yeah, I'm liking this.
Greetings, my friend. Why the big smile? Well, for all intents and purposes, it appeared as though I was deceased. So her prediction did come true, in a sense.
I'd love to. 1 minute and it'll be there. Professor Xavier's really happy to hear your friend Beast is okay. Stop by and see him the next time you're at Avalon.
I'm surprised you have to ask. My daily laps in the pool keep me in tip-top shape. Well, to be completely honest, I've been able to hold my breath for almost 10 minutes ever since I mutated in my teenage years. The Nuwali Temple contained symbols Apocalypse needed me to transcribe. Apparently, the previous translator was not swift enough. May he rest in peace. Initially, I refused to aid Apocalypse, but then he threatened to kill Polaris and Quicksilver, so I capitulated. They were instructions for building a machine. What it does exactly, I'm not certain. I only worked with a part of them. Most had been translated by my deceased predecessor. Regrettably, not in person, but I did see them on a vid screen, and they appeared to be quite fit, considering their current situation. That is a mystery to me. But I'd be willing to bet it has something to do with that machine I translated the blueprints for. I owe it all to your efforts, my friend.
Apocalypse's horseman, Mikhail. The threat to Avalon has been removed, and this untamed wilderness known as the Savage Land is once again safe. Now we can set our sights on stopping the army of Apocalypse from endangering anyone else. To do this, we will have to travel to the old Weapon X facility and set up a base camp there. Would you like to go now?
HQ, this is Red 7 on patrol. We got a heavy storm front coming up. Other than that, all's quiet. Wait a minute. We got bogeys, hundreds of them. HQ, what are my orders?
Shall bear witness to my greatness. I hold their leaders powerless, and their mightiest city is under my control. Soon I will show this world a war, the likes of which has never been seen. I will weed out the weak and inferior, so that only the strong survive.
Greetings. You've no doubt noticed the old Weapon X facility is our latest headquarters. I find it every bit as discomforting as you, but we have limited options. Precisely. Apocalypse's invasion of New York City was incredibly swift, and the attack coincided with a number of high-ranking leaders mysteriously falling into comas. No, and the situation is quickly growing worse. Department H reports that Apocalypse is planning attacks on major cities around the world. We cannot allow that. Therefore, our primary objective will be to disable his military infrastructure. At the moment, we know of two facilities important to Apocalypse's war machine: the Core and the Infinite Factory. For more information on these locations, please talk to Heather Hudson and Angel. Feel free to familiarize yourself with our new surroundings, but once you've finished, move quickly. The fate of the world may well hang in the balance.
It took a lot of searching, and more than a little not-so-gentle persuasion, but I managed to locate the core. A nuclear plant in Ontario, Canada. It's Apocalypse's primary source of energy. If you could disable it, Apocalypse's military would be starving for power. Which is exactly why Forge is going to guide you through the core over the radio. He wanted me to give you this transceiver. He'll explain why later. To get to the core, you'll have to use the X-Jet. If you want more info, go see the mission computer. Some mutant named Sugarman. He's supposed to be one seriously rough character. Nobody wants to talk about him. He's tough enough that Apocalypse was willing to leave him in charge of their primary source of energy. I tracked down a man named Sebastian Shaw in New York City. He's the leader of the Hellfire Club. At the moment, they have as little use for Apocalypse as we do, so Shaw was willing to give me the information. These are strange times, I know, but Shaw has spies everywhere. If anyone would know about the core, it'd be him. No, he didn't. But that's the nice thing about being as wealthy as I am. Sometimes it comes in real handy. What are you talking about? We've all been. It's the only way to stop Apocalypse. You worry about yourself. I'll be fine. Oh, I always do.
How would you like to know the location of Apocalypse's infinite factory? That's where Apocalypse creates his army of clones. Yes, if you destroy the factory and the supercomputer that runs it, Apocalypse's war effort would be seriously hampered. But in return for the location, I'd need a favor of you. Department H sent my husband, James MacDonald Hudson, on a mission to the Infinite Factory. I haven't heard from him since. Please, could you see if he needs help? Thank you. Use the X-Jet to get to the Infinite Factory. If you'd like more information, use the briefing computer near Professor Xavier. I'm Heather Hudson. My codename is Vindicator. I'm a member of Alpha Flight, along with my husband, James MacDonald Hudson. Yes, both of us work for Department H. It's a top-secret agency for Canada's Ministry of Defense. It's where my group, Alpha Flight, calls home. Yes, he was, but we had some personality troubles and Wolverine decided to leave. They are the soldiers that make up the army of Apocalypse. Thousands are generated every day. No, they're actually the work of an evil genius named Mr. Sinister. He created their genetic blueprint, and he was the one who created the cybernetic implants that make them so incredibly fast and strong. He's a brilliant geneticist born over 150 years ago. He found a kindred spirit in Apocalypse, since they both were advocates for survival of the fittest. Eventually, Apocalypse granted Sinister immortality. Yes, oddly enough, Sinister is one of the few people who makes Apocalypse uneasy. Sinister is a master of playing both ends against the middle, and because of that, Apocalypse has never been completely certain of Sinister's loyalty. Come back anytime.
Ain't going that way.
Hey, it's been a while, hasn't it? Yeah, I'll be using the X-Jet to take you to any of the distant missions. I'd like to, but there's a little concern about trust. You know perfectly well why. Okay, so maybe I help the Brotherhood for a little while. but I thought it was for the good of mutant kind. Hey, if you remember, I tried to stop them. Anyway, I think it's going to be quite a while before I'm allowed to be a full member of the team again. Come back anytime you want.
Welcome, my friend. What can I... We have Mr. Sinister to thank for that. Their military is comprised entirely of clones known as infinites. Thousands are manufactured every day. Yes, they're aided by cybernetic implants and an impeccable genetic structure. Infinites are not to be taken lightly. Magneto and I felt it most important to stop Apocalypse from attacking other cities. I understand your concern, but we cannot allow Apocalypse to acquire additional territories. Were he successful, he would command an almost unending supply of resources from which to create his army. I look forward to seeing you again. Which mission briefing would you like?
Thanks to the efforts of Angel, we've located Apocalypse's primary source of energy in Ontario, Canada. It's a nuclear power plant known as the Core.
So this Core is to be our next target?
Yes, Mr. Wagner. Our goal will be to render that facility useless to Apocalypse.
All right, finally we get a fun mission. I ain't never busted up a nuclear power plant before. That ought to make a lot of noise when it goes off.
I'm sorry, Juggernaut, but we have to be a bit more careful than that. Charles is adamant that we avoid a nuclear meltdown.
Don't that sound just like my little brother? Always taking the fun out of everything.
Once the team arrives at the Core, Forge will take them through very specific steps to shut down the facility.
Hold on a tick. How do we know this ain't some kind of trap? You know, like Destiny was saying, a team member is gonna betray us.
Are you suggesting Angel would send us into a trap?
Oh, I'm not suggesting it. I'm saying it right out loud. Angel might be handing us over to Apocalypse.
You know, the little guy's got a point.
That is preposterous. Angel would never do such a thing.
But what about that Shaw bloke Angel got the info from? Maybe he's working for Apocalypse, and he's sending us to our doom.
What would you have us do, Toad? Trust no one? Never leave on another mission?
There's a thought.
No, I will not allow us to fall into the trap of second-guessing every action. We're going to the Core, and that's final.